Did Mossad's claims about Iran's former president unravel after Mahmoud Ahmadinejad reappeared at a high-level meeting in Tehran? Ahmadinejad's return to public view has reignited speculation and conspiracy theories across Iranian and Israeli media. After claims that Mossad had recruited him, Ahmadinejad has resurfaced publicly, drawing fresh scrutiny and debate. Ahmadinejad attended a senior meeting in Tehran, reviving questions after earlier allegations linked to Israeli intelligence. The former Iranian president's appearance has fueled new speculation over his role following Israel-linked claims against him. Iran's former president Mahmoud Ahmadinejad attended a meeting of the Expediency Council, according to Dolat-e Bahar. The outlet reported that Ahmadinejad participated in the Council's Economic Commission session held on July 11th. The former Iranian president reportedly shared his policy views and governing experience with members of the commission during the meeting. The appearance marked one of the rare public updates on Ahmadinejad's official political activities in recent months. The report was published by Dolat-e Bahar, a website closely associated with the former Iranian president and his political camp. The meeting was reported a day after controversial claims published by Israel's Haaretz regarding Ahmadinejad. Haaretz alleged that Mossad had recruited Ahmadinejad as part of a plot aimed at overturning Iran's leadership. Hours later, on July 14th, Ahmadinejad publicly rejected the report and denied any alleged contacts with Israel's intelligence service. "We categorically reject all the completely false allegations promoted by NYT," Ahmadinejad's office said in a statement. Iran's former president has now been exposed in explosive allegations linking him to Israel's intelligence agency, Mossad, according to a bombshell report. The stunning claims were detailed in a New York Times investigation published on July 13th, sending shockwaves through the region. According to the report, former Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad's alleged contacts with Israel's intelligence network date back to 2024. The New York Times claimed Ahmadinejad secretly met Mossad operatives at a university in Hungary during a covert visit in 2024. Mossad allegedly spent nearly a year attempting to cultivate Ahmadinejad as a long-term intelligence asset, according to the report. Former Mossad chief David Barnea reportedly met Ahmadinejad personally in Budapest during 2024 as part of the alleged operation. The report further claimed that America's Central Intelligence Agency was also aware of the operation and maintained contact with the former Iranian president. According to the investigation, the entire covert operation revolved around eventually installing Ahmadinejad as Iran's next national leader. In exchange, Israel allegedly covered Ahmadinejad's travel expenses and accommodation throughout his reported secret training and preparation. However, Israel's reported regime change operation allegedly collapsed during the dramatic events that unfolded in February 2026. A former Israeli Defense Forces intelligence official told PBS that the plot depended on a highly unique sequence of special operations. How Mossad CIA plot flopped. Israeli strike targeted Ahmadinejad's compound on February 28. Ahmadinejad was reportedly evacuated from the strike zone before the attack. Ahmadinejad allegedly became furious over the chaotic evacuation carried out during the operation. The former president reportedly had no knowledge of the broader regime change plan unfolding around him. Ahmadinejad allegedly fled the Israeli safe house without informing handlers or providing any explanation. The IRGC later reportedly placed Ahmadinejad under strict house arrest after his movements raised suspicions. The former Iranian president is now reportedly being held under house arrest at an undisclosed location inside Iran. According to the New York Times, Ahmadinejad has been taken into custody by the intelligence wing of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Iran reportedly confined Ahmadinejad after his alleged dealings and contacts with Israel were uncovered by authorities. With tensions between Washington and Tehran reaching another dangerous peak, Donald Trump delivered a blunt and forceful message to Benjamin Netanyahu. The US has reportedly asked Israel not to become directly involved in the escalating confrontation with Iran, urging it to refrain from major direct strikes that could turn a limited clash into a much wider regional conflict. Israeli officials say they are closely tracking the crisis and preparing for multiple scenarios, ranging from continued indirect fire to sudden large-scale attacks, so they can respond quickly if the situation worsens. Details of this revelation were reported by Shafak on July 12, highlighting behind-the-scenes consultations between Washington and Jerusalem over how to manage the latest spike in US-Iran tensions. Israel fears that the fighting could spread onto its own territory, either through direct Iranian missile or drone attacks or via other fronts such as Hezbollah in Lebanon, Gaza factions, or militias in Syria. In response to these concerns, the Israeli military has reinforced air defense readiness and updated operational plans, ensuring that its interception systems, command networks, and crews are on higher alert. As part of this posture, target databases inside Iran have been revised to support potential future strikes, refining priority lists of launch sites, command centers, and critical infrastructure that might be hit if ordered. Officials have stressed that any large-scale Israeli response to a serious attack will be coordinated closely with Washington, reflecting both strategic dependence and a shared desire to manage escalation carefully. According to Shafak, Trump and Netanyahu discussed the escalation in a recent phone call, signaling continued high-level political coordination between the United States and Israel over next steps. In recent days, the United States and Iran have exchanged strikes, including reported U.S. attacks on targets inside Iran that aim to degrade its military capabilities and send a deterrent message. Tehran responded with missile attacks on U.S. military bases in Gulf states and in Jordan, demonstrating its willingness to hit American forces deployed across the region. Both Washington and Tehran have accused each other of violating the June 17 memorandum that had previously brought prior hostilities to a halt, each side claiming the other broke the terms first. This renewed exchange of attacks has sharply raised the risk that what began as a bilateral clash could spill over into a broader regional war, drawing in U.S. allies and Iranian partners across the Middle East.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.